And I also want to come on here and say that uh, as human beings, we don't choose our abusers. Someone once said this to me: we don't choose our abusers. Our abusers choose us. So if that's God, the police, judges, anybody, they're still an abuser, irregardless of their status. Money and status, you know what I'm saying, is doesn't doesn't have any kind of importance here. Okay, that's not important. That's no important values. If you're being abused, definitely let somebody know. Whether you're being harassed, because that's again a form of abuse, harassed by the police, harassed by somebody who thinks that they're a high official, let somebody know. Please speak up. Please speak out, because some of these people had money who were burned or who were mistreated and those kinds of things. I'm not going to go into in any detail because I'm pretty sure that they can tell their own story, and I don't know, the whole entire story. But please speak up if you're being abused, folks. We do not choose our abuser. Our abusers choose us. Understand that. Nobody goes into a relationship with the idea of being abused, okay? Unless you're a sadist and a masochist. However, that's not a form of abuse. Why? Because both parties, okay, are comfortable with what's going on in the relationship. Abuse is when there is only one party that is comfortable in the relationship, if that makes sense. The other person is not happy with the way and the actions, the way the person is treating them and the actions of that person. Understand that. That's what abuse is. And especially if you've told somebody to stop. Like I've asked the police officer last night to stop tapping on my baby girl. He tried to make it a whole thing. And notice how they try to make things like that a whole thing. That's gaslighting and narcissist at its finest. Understand that. You have a right to seek legal counsel. I know that they're trying to take people's rights away, but you have a right to seek legal counsel based off those kinds of things. Because if you're asking him to stop, he had no reason to come up to my vehicle in the first place. You have no idea what somebody is doing. I just came back off of a vacation, so I could have been packing up my vehicle or anything. I do have my gun in the vehicle because this is my home, but like I said, you're gonna have to fucking tough it out and get used to people living in the van home. If your fucking government refuses to do anything about people losing their houses and their homes and their apartments because they're raising rates here, especially in California and in Long Beach alone. But I stay in Lakewood. Okay, my address is Lakewood, but I, actually used to live in Long Beach. Okay, but I stay because I'm in my van home. I stay in Lakewood. It's a little bit more quieter. This is a quiet street, a quiet neighborhood. The only thing you're going to hear is dogs barking. That is the only thing that you're going to hear. I've been here for 2 days, but I've actually was parking in the parking lot. And what they try to do, people that are trying to target you, they try to piggyback off of something and try to make you feel a certain way about it. So the other day when I was parking, when I had parked in the parking lot like I've always been doing ever since I got my vehicle, and that was 2 years ago, I've been parking in the parking lot over there at the 24-Hour Fitness. I am a member of the 24-Hour Fitness, but I do agree, and this is just my personal opinion, I do agree that people, we shouldn't be parking in parking lots and living in parking lots. I think it looks tacky. You have a lot of people actually over there that leave a big footprint, meaning they leave their trash bags out on the ground. I've seen people to have couches and chairs. They dropped a television out over there several times. Glass was everywhere. And those kinds of things. I don't leave a footprint. I'm very clean. I move my vehicle. My vehicle is always clean, and those kinds of things. They are going to target the people who take care of their stuff. Notice that. They're not going to ever target anybody that doesn't have anything to take. That's an abuser. That's why I said your abusers pick you. You don't choose your abuser. Okay, like I said, nobody enters into a relationship with the intention of being abused. I don't know nobody that does that. And the understanding is this also too, if you hadn't murdered, if police hadn't murdered my cousin, maybe I would feel a different way. But I don't feel a different way because I know the type of lies that they can sell. Okay, understand that they are the ones who are committing the crimes. So I'm about to go out here and show you where I'm parked at and how nice and pretty my baby girl is.